was really crazy. Okay, I had a beep, so we are recording the session. So last week was really crazy. It was dead crazy, and I hope that most of us use our stop loss. Because I don't know if you were not having a stop loss last week. I think you should be wipe out by now, right? Let me just open my screen really large. Okay, Evelyn, can you see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. Okay. All right. So last week, we start with the dollar, and I know most of us probably want to know what happened last week, because last week we had the precious metals, they were melting. Gold was melting, silver was melting, platinum. Crazy. For me, in my history of trading, this is like my first time seeing gold or maybe silver down 30%. Can you believe that? Evelyn, can you believe that? 30%. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. So today we're going to talk about what happened, why we had that sudden move to the downside, that crazy move. We're going to be talking about that. So just stick and stay. Okay. So let's just kick off with DXY. All right. If you have been here with us from the beginning of this year, you'll be familiar with what I'm about to talk about. So DXY is still stuck in a range, right? It's still stuck in a range. This is the weekly time frame, right? It is, as a trader, and especially Forex and maybe commodities, it is very important to pay attention to the DXY, right? The dollar, because the dollar is king, right? So if you are able to analyze the dollar really well, it will give you clues of how to trade the other currency. The currency pairs, right? So we made mention that dollar is still stuck in that range, this range, right? This range. If you can see it really well, dollar is still stuck in that range, and you can see we've been chopping around that range. We came here, we came to test the top. We made some, try to fake out. And then we came all the way down here. I personally thought that we're going to break out of this range, right? But then look at what just happened. This candlestick is what happened the whole of last week. All right. So as you know, someone can probably guess what I'm about to say. Candlestick anatomy. Yeah. So candlestick anatomy, right? Evelyn, can you see this? Can you see this candlestick? Wow, can you tell me something small about this candlestick? This Friday candlestick. Not Friday, the whole week. Last week.
So it is giving us is it like a morning star or evening star? I can't really say which one is that. Yeah, so that is telling us that the rejection we had was crazy.
Okay.
So it's giving us a very massive rejection from the 95 thereabouts. So from this, if we are looking at what the trend will be like for the new week, we'll just have to wait for that candle to close on the daily time frame. Then we just ride with the trend. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That's fantastic, right? So just as Evelyn said, look at this candlestick, really crazy candlestick, telling us that this zone. Where's my brush? Good. Here's my brush. So this zone, all right, this zone right here, which is acting as a support level, is really strong. See, we came to test that support level in 2005. Okay. And when we got there, we just bounced off. Now we came back around that same place somewhere September 2025. We got waked out, and then we pushed really hard. So buyers were ready to step in and buy and push really higher. Okay. When we got around this resistance level, right, sellers were able to come in and push the market lower. Okay. Okay, now look at what happened here. We are in 2026, and see what just happened. Buyers were able to step in the market and push the price higher. Okay, so you can call this, you can call it a hammer, whatever you want to call it. But as long as you understand the psychology behind it, you can see that this wick right here is telling us that the bulls, even though market open, we were in a bear market, right? But the bulls were able to push price higher and close in the zone. Okay, so those people that are ready to sell the USD in the coming week, you have to be cautious. You need to be careful because of this candlestick. And mind you, this candlestick is on a weekly. So that should tell you how strong this candlestick, the influence it can have for like the whole week, probably the whole week that's ahead of us. So you have to be very careful with this candlestick, right? So this is showing us that there's going to be strength from the bulls coming next week, right? Just by looking at the candlestick alone. We've not yet started talking about the fundamental, right? Wait, okay. All right, let me just get these things off, and let's talk about what happened last week. All right. So I'm just going to switch my screen real quick. I'm going to give me a minute. Let me just switch my screen real quick. Okay, Evelyn, can you see my new screen?
Yeah, I can see.
All right. So if you can see this handsome man, he's called Kevin Walsh. He's called Kevin Walsh, and Kevin Walsh is going to be the new Fed chair. Jerome Powell is he's finishing his service. I think somewhere around 3rd May. Maybe you can look that for me. Somewhere in May, right? His service will come to an end as the Fed chair, and then Kevin Walsh will be the new Fed chair. He was appointed by Trump. Okay, so if you study something about Kevin Walsh, this article can be found on investing.com. So maybe when you're free, you can actually check it out and read for yourself. I'm just going to pick out some of the important things that I want to share, and those are the things that impacted the market on Thursday and Friday. All right. So give me a minute. All right. So
the market,
though Walsh being picked quelled fears about the independence of the central bank, Wall Street also took it to be a slightly hawkish move. Okay, so when we talk about hawkish move or the Fed being hawkish, it simply means that they are not willing to cut rates aggressively. Okay, and mind you, Trump really wants the Fed to cut rates, right? So the market was expecting Trump to pick someone who was more dovish, as in someone who is ready to cut rates. But if you check Kevin Walsh history, he's actually slightly hawkish. He's not very dovish. So he has to like stick to the books, right? So this is one of the reasons why the market really sold off. And anytime, as a fundamentalist, anytime you hear hawkish, you know that there's going to be strength in the market, right? We're talking about strength in the currency pair. Dovish, we're talking about less strength in the currency pair, right? So this is one of the reasons, because of this man, that is one of the reasons why the market really sold off last Thursday and Friday, making gold drop somewhere around, let me see. Let's just check on gold real quick. Gold dropped crazily. XAU USD. Wow, look at this. This is on the weekly time frame. And this candlestick, someone was calling it the candlestick of death. This thing that you're looking like that It's actually something very serious because people lost a lot of money with just this move. Let me just measure it and see. From the top to the down to the bottom, by seeing something like a 16.47% move to the downside, right? This is really crazy on gold, right? This is really crazy on gold. So the gold traders, you need to be very careful because next week is going to be NFP. So NFP is going to tell us the direction of the market in the coming weeks, because we could get some dollar strength if NFP come in very good. DXY, let's see DXY. If the DXY, if NFP comes in very good, we can expect some more strength on the DXY. All right, you can expect some more strength on the DXY. So probably we can push higher and test these this level, which was acting as support. It can now act as a resistance level, and in a way test this trend line, this black trend line that I put from here. It's actually a multi-month trend line, all the way from downside to the upside. So maybe in the coming week we can expect some strength on the dollar. So if we're expecting strength on the dollar, then you might have to be looking for shorts on currency pairs like the euro USD and then the pound USD, just for the short time, this short time frame, right? But in the long run, until we get some clear direction on the dollar, for me, there's not going to be any trade for me on the dollar, and also on gold as well. I just want to wait and see, especially the data that's coming, because we are going to get quite a number of data sets coming in next week. Let me just check from here. So next week we are getting Jolt's job opening. Okay, that's going to tell us the number of jobs that they have added to the system. Very important data set. We're going to be getting ISM services PMI, and look at this. Non-farm payroll is on 6th of February. The forecast is 70 and the previous is 50. All right. So if we are going to get this 70, if the actual number comes, we are getting anything above 70, DXY is going to rally to the upside. DXY is going to get so much strength. So you have to be very careful. And we're going to be getting unemployment rate. All right. Previous is 4.4 and forecast is 4.4. All right. If we get that same 4.4, market is not going to be surprised. But if we get anything lower, something like 4.3, 4.2, DXY is going to rejoice. Because mind you, if we are getting low unemployment rate in an economy, it's a positive sign for the economy, right? It simply means that their government is providing more jobs and people are getting, they are not filing for unemployment. All right, so that's something that you should probably keep it on your watch list this coming week. Evelyn, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Just want to make sure that I'm not talking to myself. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's look at something else. Let me just take this thing off. I don't know why my watch list is not moving. It's supposed to be moving. Okay, let's look at BTC. I think Kevin is here. Kevin, are you there? BTC USD.
No, I think
Kevin is off.
Yeah, it's off.
All right. So in the coming I had this position on BTC last week, which was messing with me, but I finally got it. I finally hit my take profit. All right. So this is what happened on BTC. So metals are down, crypto is down, are we going to have stocks also go down? Probably that's something that could happen, right? So just be very careful out there, right? For me personally, this coming week, as I said earlier on, I will not be trading any of the USD pairs because I want to wait for the data to arrive so that I can get a clear direction in the market. All right. So the reason why I took this trade, this was a rising wedge, okay? And those of you who know the rising wedge, it's normally an indicator of bears coming to take control of the market. So we broke, retested, and I had opportunity to enter for a short position, and market played out as I anticipated. I had a decent 7,000 pips, and I think I've been in this trade for some few weeks. It's been a long time. I was testing my patience. I wanted to close it, but you need to just let the market do its thing. All right. Okay. Okay. Evelyn and Bernard is busy. So Kelvin, I don't know if anyone wants to say anything or ask the question, or maybe you have a particular currency pair you want us to look at. Maybe you can. Now is the best time to share it so we can just briefly analyze it. Okay, Mary wants to speak.
Yeah,
all right.
Someone wants to speak.
Evelyn, can you unmute Mary to speak?
Yeah, I've done that. So Mary, you can just unmute
so
yourself and speak.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mary.
Please, sir, can you please still analyze the Euro USD, please?
All right, Euro USD. Amazing. That's a great pair. Okay. So Euro USD. Okay. Mary, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, I can see it.
You can. All right, awesome. All right, so we're going to do a top-down analysis. So I'm going to start from the weekly, and kaboom, this is the weekly. All right. So let me just pick my trend line from here to here. Okay. So you can see that we were in the bear market, and market has broken the structure. Okay. Market has currently broken structure. We're busy making lower lows, lower high, and then we failed to make a lower low. Okay. So that should tell you that, okay, we're no longer in a bear market. And then look at this. Kaboom, market went all the way up to make a high. Okay, so now if you look at it on the weekly time frame, Euro USD
okay,
come again?
Now.
Oh,
I was seeing a blank screen, but I can see it now.
Oh, sorry about that. All right, I hope you can see now.
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
Okay. So look at the Euro USD. It is also stuck in a range. So as I made mention, if you analyze the DXY, the dollar, it will give you a clue of how you're going to trade the Euro USD. Okay. So this is Euro. It is stuck in a range. Oh, that's a very terrible line that I've drawn. Please forgive me. All right. So we are stuck in this range, right? We're stuck in this range. For now, there's no clear direction on the Euro USD. I'm saying this because I'm a swing trader. Okay, I like to hold the trade for like a week or more, right? So people can still trade this choppiness or this range, but for me, this is a no-go area for me. I personally would love to see a clear break out of this zone right here. Probably a retest, push lower, or maybe a clear break above, retest, and we push higher. Okay, in the coming weeks, I was thinking that we were actually going to get a clean breakout out of this zone and probably push higher. Okay, but it turned out to be a fake out. All right. The reason why I'm saying that it's a fake out is because look at those that were buying EUR USD and were holding it, and we're thinking that we're going to go higher. Look at the candlestick that was printed last week. This is a crazy pinback candlestick, telling you that sellers are so strong. Okay, so in the coming week, probably we can get where's my brush? We can get a push higher to maybe 50% of this candlestick, all right? And then, kaboom, we fall back into this range, okay? We fall back into this range. Mary, are you there?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, we can, I think market has the potential to do that, right? And also, for you to get a clear direction, the data point that is coming in, the jobs data, NFP data that is coming in, unemployment and Joe's job opening is going to give a clear direction whether we are still going to, fall back into the range, right? Or probably maybe just retest this level and push higher. Okay. So I suggest that you wait for the NFP numbers, right, for them to come, because it's going to give you a direction of how next 2 weeks is going to go. So that's my take on the EUR USD. All right. Now let's quickly check what institutions are doing, because I'm eager to see what the big guys are doing. So let's look at the COT data to see what the big guys are doing. All right. So COT data. All right, it popped out. I think I might have opened it twice. So okay, yeah, so here's my COT data. So institutions are currently long. They are 65% long on EUR USD, right? And they are still short on the dollar, right? So regardless of these short-term fluctuations, in the long run, institutions are buying the EUR USD. So we can still look for further price appreciation in the EUR USD. All right. All right. Thank you. Please, anyone else has anything for us to share, then I think I can share some of the trade ideas I'll be looking at for this week. Then we can call it a day. All right. Anyone has a question? Now is the best time to ask. So we have talked about why Thursday and Friday, we had that crazy move to the downside on the metals, right? We talked about it. We have also talked about waiting for the NFP data that's coming, because it's a very crucial data point. So you need to be on the lookout. All right. Okay, I think no one is. All right. Okay. Yeah, so Evelyn, that will be all from me. If you have anything to share, you can share with us, then we can end the stream for today.
I thought you said we were going to look at possible
market
session. So I think we can do that, and if we don't have anything to say, we can call it a day.
Okay. All right. So this week I'm looking at NZD-CHF. It's a minor pair, right? It's a major currency pair. So I'm looking at buying NZD-CHF. Okay. So this is why I'm going to buy in NZD-CHF. Look at the structure. If you pick your trend line from here to here, all right, trend line can still be extended to this side. All right. So as you can see, we've got some nice touches on that trend line. Markets was making lower lows, lower high. Let me just start from here. Here. All right, so low, a high, a lower low, a high. Let me skip some of them. Lower low. We made a low here. We failed to make a low, then we made a lower high. Okay. So as a market technician, this change in market structure should, should give me some kind of caution to see that, okay, we're not in the bear market again. So we broke this trend line to the upside, came back to retest that trend line, and then move higher. All right. So in the coming days, I'm expecting if price can maybe push a little bit lower, all right, I'll be happy to buy at this side and maybe look for further price appreciation to this side. This is just let me see, it's just like a 1 to 3 risk to reward, and I'm looking at staying in the trade for 9 days. All right. But then if Santa comes in very early and I get my profit somewhere around on the feed day, I'll be happy to collect profits and just exit the market. So this is what I'm looking out for this week. It looks like a good risk to reward trade. All right. So maybe you can look it out and see if it matches your trade system and you want to take it. Just manage your risks well, and I think you are good to go. All right. So yeah, I have a stop loss right below this structure. So in case if market decides to come down and take me out, I'll just take a small loss and I'll move on to the next trade. All right. And I think I'm also looking at Euro GBP. Yeah. Euro GBP, Euro pound. I'm looking at Euro pound. I'm looking at selling the Euro pound next week. All right. Selling Euro pound next week. All right. So look at this. Quite a textbook technicals. Those of us that have technical eyes, you can see that this is some kind of head and shoulder pattern that is forming. All right. So if we break below this support level decisively to the upside, I'll be happy to sell and maybe look to take profits around this side. All right. Yeah, so these are some straightforward trades that I'm looking out for. I have a stop loss on it, and I'm ready to risk. Okay, so just in case price decides to take me out, I will take a small loss and I will look for another trade. All right, so that's all I'm looking out for. But those people that want to trade the Japanese yen, I think there are quite some decent setup on NZD. Where's my Z? NZD JPY. So NZD JPY is also looking quite decent. We are still in a very strong uptrend. Market is still in this channel, right? So if you are looking to take some longs on NZD JPY, maybe a push and a close above this level, retest. Maybe you can look for some further price appreciation if market is able to push through this resistance level right here. All right, let's look at GBP JPY. Okay, GBP JPY. I don't think I have any trade on GBP JPY. I would love to see a clear direction on GBP JPY. Market is currently chopping around this area. I'll be very happy to see if maybe market can break above the retest and push higher, or maybe break below and push lower. All right, so any of this will do for me. Otherwise, I just stay away from it. All right. So I think that'll be all for me. I think we've touched on a lot of things and trade ideas, right? So, Evelyn, that's all for me.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prof. Kelvin, I think I just saw Kelvin. Do you have something you want to add or say?
Oh, Ben?
Bernard.
Sorry, I just got home. So I want to ask Ima why you like trading NZD CHF. I think that pair, a lot of people. I think I've seen a lot of experienced people mentioning that pair. So what is the? Do you have anything enticing behind it, or is just like you can find a setup on it?
Wow, that's a very nice question. It's actually one of my secret pairs, right? Anyways, so I'm a macro / fundamental trader. Okay, I love the macro aspect. Okay, so if you look at the New Zealand right now, their currency is currently doing well because their economy is booming. Okay, Kevin, are you there? Their economy is booming. They're having some good.
I'm here, please.
Yeah, so they are experiencing some good economic growth. All right, and for me, when I see that, it entices me. All right, so that's simply the reason. And price action really looks clean on NZD as CHF. Right, so that's the only reason why I'm trading it. There's nothing so special, or maybe new traders might think that it's like a holy grail. Anytime you get on it, you're getting profit. Oh no, that's not it. I just love the fundamentals behind it. All right, and I think let me just share something real quick. Now that you mentioned, let me just share something real quick on that. Just give me a minute. So I have this economic heat map. It actually tells you the strength of the economy. All right. So that's what I want to share with you guys real quick. All right, please, if you can see my screen, let me know.
Yes, you can see.
All right. So this is it's an economic surprise index. It tells you how a country is doing. So as you can see, these are all countries, their currency right now. And if you look at it, look at NZD. It's getting 83%, and it's on the blue side, which is really bullish, telling us that some things like economic growth, GDP, unemployment rate, jobs, things are getting really better in their economy. All right. So if stuff like that are happening, then you can expect or anticipate that their currency pair will do well, which will entice investors to flood in and probably invest in the currency pair. Right. But look at CHF. CHF is getting 0. So apparently they are experiencing some slight economic hardship. All right, that's why they are getting 0. Not like things are really bad there. It's not like that, but just that the recent data that they released didn't really go well for the currency pair. All right, so that's how come I'm pairing the two of them, and I'm buying the NZD and I'm selling the CHF. All right, I hope that helped explain some things. Okay. Kevin, I hope you're okay with what I said. All right. So Evelyn, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, over to you, Evelyn.
Okay, so thank you so much, Prof. We want to know if you have any questions. If you have a question, just let us know and we'll answer you. I think we can do that within the next 5 minutes. Then we'll call it a day here. So if you have any question, just raise up your hand. And let me just unmute you so that